Welcome to the tutorial of the player registration process for the Garden State Soccer League. This process is basically the same like for registering a player on the New Jersey Soccer Association website. The process is the same, so whatever we do here, it's basically the same over there. So on the Garden State League website, which is the GSSL.com, we scroll down to the link called player registration. And over here we see a message about spelling errors in our database that can occur. So if you are a returning player, for example, from 10 years ago, and you want to register again, check if your name is spelled correctly. And or even last year, maybe we registered it misspelling your name. So please go through it. Unless you're a new player, then please make sure that all the spellings are correct, including your name and address, and especially the email address. So okay, let's make and go to the next step by clicking on continue. And what we see here right now is two options. One is to register a player, the other one is to upload missing documentation. Basically the second part is for those who are already in our database, meaning players who are already registered. If you, for example, missing a documentation like a picture or proof of date of birth, this is the option to choose from. Otherwise, you just click on register a player to go to the player registration. So the first thing we see is a choice of a date of birth, which is we need it just so that you can check if you may be registered and you don't even know. So we select the date of birth where we are born. Let's say today is August 10. So I was born August 10. It's my birthday, yay. And my date of birth, no, I'm not that old. I'm young. There you go, forever young. As we can see, on August 10th, 1990, no players on our database. Well, I guess I'm gonna be the first one. So this is what we choose. The next thing, we choose the league that we want to register for. In our case, it's the Garden State Soccer League. And beneath, we're gonna find a list of teams that you can register for. Since right now it's only one team for test reasons registered and approved, that's why only one team shows up. But also there is a note right here. If you don't see your team registered, don't see your team listed over here, it means that it's not registered, or the team doesn't have any team officer registered yet. So in that case, please call your team manager and ask him when they're gonna register, or where they're gonna register a team officer, because you want to register yourself. So other than that, if you see the team name of yours, you just click on it. You insert the player registration password that supposed to be given to you by your team manager, team officer. If you give it to you, this is where you're entering it, and you click on show data. Since this is a new player registration, we see that the pass on file is marked as no, which means we don't have a player pass for you. Well, it's logical since we registering a new player. Other than that, it will be say yes if we have your pass in here in the office. So we're registering a new player by typing the last name. Let's say funny player. Then we have options of color picture and proof of date of birth. Please make sure that the picture shows actually your face visible. Don't upload pictures from the barbecue where we can see five people on it, or you back in the distance with a nice view of the ocean or the shore. No, please upload a picture where we can basically see your face as described over here, and try to keep that file low on weight. Don't upload a file bigger than 50 kilobytes, which should basically put you in a position where you can upload a picture up to 600 pixels wide, which is far enough for us since we don't need printing it for a book or something. Therefore 50 kilobytes of weight is way enough. The extensions we can use is JPG or PNG. And then the next thing is your proof of date of birth, which is either a driving license, a birth certificate, passport. Please upload this in a PDF format, PNG or JPG. Also, not heavier than 50 kilobytes. The next thing, we're gonna choose a player type. Since we are all here to have fun, we select amateur. Unless you're a professional player, feel free to select that option. Choose a gender, type your address. Let's say Funny Street in Funky Town. Let's say that Funky Town is in Hawaii. I think that's the zip code, right? And the telephone number, we're just gonna put the amount of digits that you can put in. We're choosing our country and email address. Please make sure that you put your real email address over here, because this is the address where you're gonna receive important documentations that will need to complete the player registration process. So try not to misspell your email address. Type the correct one. Let's say Funny Player at GSSL.com. Whoops. There you go. You see, I misspelled it. So let's get it back. GSSL.com. Next thing, Recapture. This is just basically to see if you are not a robot, that you are a human. Therefore, please type whatever you see over there. If, for example, you can't read whatever is here, just click on the refresh button. You're gonna have a different items to choose from and type in. So once we finish this, we go to register the player. And the next page that will show up is release of liability and assumption of risk agreement. Please go through this entirely, read everything word by word before you hit accept, so that you know actually what you accept for. After you do this, another waiver called membership obligation agreement, also go through it word by word, and if you accept, hit accept. If you are registered just yourself, this is it. You don't have to do anything else, just click on no. But if you want to register another player, for example, you're a team officer that want to register a couple of players, or your teammate is sitting right next to you, then you can, yes, choose to register another player. Other than that, you hit no. And over here you can print your registration papers and also make a payment. Making a payment, you can choose either using your PayPal on credit card or check and cash. So either options you choose, this is the way to pay for your registration. I would suggest to use the PayPal credit card, which is a safe process, since we are using the PayPal PayPal.com website, which is pretty safe. Therefore, this will make sure that your registration is done right away instead of waiting for the check and cash coming in the mail. Once you select the payment options, you will be able to go back to print your registration form. That form was also emailed to you if you, for example, right now don't have a printer. And that's basically it. We just registered a new player, and that new player is in our database. If you have any questions, shoot me an email at publicity@gssl.com. I try to answer as many questions as possible, but I think that tutorial showed that the registration process is actually pretty simple.